Let's get cracking.
Well, it's becoming a very tight title race and an incredible season here at Distillery. It's January deadline day. We've had some big transfer news already this month. We knew there were 3 players potentially going out, but let's go and see what's happened. Yes, hello and welcome along to part 31 of Lifting Spirits with me, Daniel. We're back with Distillery today as the title race has somehow got even tighter. We are still level on points with Portadown as we were at the start of the last episode, but we now have the same goal difference too. We are second on goals scored, and today we're looking to try and get on top. We've got transfer deadline day ahead, during which we'll be playing Bangor, a side that have dropped away a little bit now. And looking at the table, in fairness, it is going to be first or second this year. Of course, there have already been 4 weeks in this transfer window, and there's some big news as well, because we had 3 players leaving when you were last with me. What have we been able to do to keep this squad competitive? Well, the answer's pretty simple if we go and have a look at the transfers. It was as we suspected. As soon as the 2 boys got released by their parent club, their wage demands dropped dramatically. There were other players that we were linked with. Some of them were slightly better, but I went with familiarity and I went for the cheapest wage. So Chris Latifa, back in for 110 quid a week. He's on a contract till the end of next year. Again, we're looking at the longer term future for this club. We know what he can do. He's a good player. He is back in and playing regularly. And then Oren Crow came in as well. 65 quid a week, solid midfield option and quite versatile as well. Number 10, centre mid or the right wing. So really happy to have those 2 both back. But the biggest bonus is that Dylan McLean, despite being out of contract, despite not discussing new terms, will not leave the club at the minute. He's not been released. So if that stays the case today, hopefully we'll have him till the end of the season. Fingers crossed we can get promoted. And then if we're a top tier side, does he maybe reconsider his stance? Because if we could keep him, I'd feel a lot more confident about both going up and then staying up next season. So the transfer news is limited. It's pretty much what we would like to have done. Transfer deadline day is about to start. We've been linked with bucket loads of players. But unless the wage demands go down, which they haven't thus far, we're not going to be bringing anyone in today. Well, it's 3 PM. We've reached kickoff for the first match in this episode and a big league game against Bangor. Diego McGann is the only transfer news so far today. Port Stewart made an offer. He rejected them and stays with us as a utility man. But for now, no Portadown in action today. We've got Bangor at home. So we've got to take advantage because even if it is with games played, it's great to have the points on the board and be at the top. Now remember last time, we absolutely battered this lot. Can we do the same today? We've got a very settled team, is very strong. I think the only player missing last time was Orkin, and I think he's still out. He had a 2-game ban. So the 11, apart from him, is going to be at full strength. And you could probably name it off the top of your head now. It's Connor Mitchell in goal. McGill and McLean the fullbacks with Reid and McDowell as centre-half. Levingston and Beck the midfield 2. Latifa and Johnston the wingers. And look at Johnston now, suddenly playing brilliantly. As are Convey and Boyd, the number 10 and striker. So let's go and get into it. Lots of goals in those 2 up the top. Let's hope they can add a couple more today. And we can get ourselves another win. And it's 2 changes for our visitors today. Lee Feeney still in charge there. Good players going forward, but we know what we did to them last time. Will it have a mental scar? Will it make them more determined to get back at us? I don't know which it'll be. We're going to ask the lads to prove a point, get them motivated, and go and head into the first half. And here we are in the first minute. A throw-in for our visitors on the left-hand side. Not the start we were aiming for here. As Coates gives it to Owens. Big ball over the top. Reid does well with it. Johnston chases, keeps it in and clears long towards Convey. He brings it down for Levingston, to Convey again. Some nice football there at the back, but where is the through ball, the cutting edge, the counter-attack, the ruthlessness? Where's the short passing football that we were asking for? It's not there as Cherry puts in Fearon, and with a minute on the clock, we are behind. 69 seconds the goal is timed at. This is not a good start to the football match. Are they going to do what we did last time out? How has Johnston been punished for that goal? And what a start for Bangor. Maybe they're going to come back to haunt us as McDowell plays out from the back to McGill. It's important that we don't change our game plan here, that we don't lose our mind. Make sure you play the same way. as McGill finds Levingston. Chipped up to Boyd. It's a great first touch and it's a brilliant finish. Leon Boyd always delivers. 26 for the season, but it's ruled out. No, that was not offside. Surely not. We can watch it again. It wasn't the longest highlight in the world. There is no way on earth that was offside. I'm not having it. Let's have a look at when this ball was played through. Came in from here, didn't it? So Levingston turns. I'm not sure about that. Was it maybe that he'd fouled his man or something? I don't know. But I cannot possibly see how that goal is offside. He looked on even a second after the ball had been played, so I can't see it. This is big disappointment. And at the moment, Portadown are top with an extra game in hand. McLean gets the ball at left back. Let's be honest, we're still creating, so hopefully it won't be long before we take our chances, as Levingston goes right to Latifa, again having to rebuild those relationships, having left and rejoined the club. Through ball towards Convey, he's in one-on-one, cuts it back unselfishly. It's a good block out to the edge of the box, and Johnston. On the left is McLean, not contracted to the club anymore, but still playing well for us. To the byline he goes, cuts back to Johnston, good ball into Boyd. You're not ruling that one out. 1-1, 14 minutes gone, and this time Leon Boyd had his 26th for the season. As I was going to say last time out, it'll be great to see if he can step up to the top level. But at the moment, he scored a very important goal, and that might edge us a little bit closer. Though we're back with a throw on the left-hand side for McLean. Plays a 1-2 with Convey and does the big switch to McGill. This is where we've got to take advantage, those quick overloads. McGill runs into his teammate though, gives the ball away. Levingston recovers well to Latifa. Inside to McDowell and Beck. Back to McDowell again. Reed clears long this time. Boyd will go up. Manages to get something on it. And is headed away as far as Latifa. Not really the vintage performance we're used to seeing though. Not much football going on. We do look a little bit panicked. We're going a little direct. And we're not really showing much composure on the ball. Though Johnston's got a chance to break here. Boyd running in behind. We know he's reliable. Will he finish this time? I don't even need to ask, do I? What a finish, Leon Boyd. Johnston gets the assist. It's 2-1. 2 assists from the same man. 2 goals from the same man. And we're back on track. Stoppage time of the first half is up. We do lead at the break. Not a great display by any means. But let's keep going. We can do even better. And hopefully they'll do just that in the second half. Though it's an early corner kick for Bangor into the front post. McDowell heads the ball away to Convey. He can't bring it down though, and it's back out to Coyle on the right. McLean heads this one away. Down as far as Johnston, who can break, but again, just gets caught out, as does O'Connor for the visitors. And Boyd can break free. He's on a hat-trick. Got a defender closing him. Gets in and is forced a little wide onto his left foot. And unfortunately, he can't direct it past the keeper. Can we sustain the pressure? Because with 25 minutes to go, I think we're going to need to make subs because it's not been a great performance. There are some tired legs. McDowell is going to come off at centre-half. McGill will go in the middle. Foster right back. Edgar on for McLean, who's knackered and on a yellow. Levingston's not been great. Crow can come on for him. And Convey hasn't been great. So I'm going to bring on Darius Ruhi as an advanced playmaker on attack. Fingers crossed with those ones made. We can just get some dominance in the game. Ruhi could work if we get on the counter and we've got the chance to find those through balls. But we tend to go. It's not happening just yet. I've got one more change to make. I've got Latifa on the right, who I can bring off for Greg O'Cox. That seems the simplest change. It's not been a great performance, but it might be a crucial result, as it's a long ball downfield for Bangor. McLaughlin does really well with that. Chips it over to Cherry. They've committed men forward. Beck does so well on the cover there. And Mitchell brings it away to Foster. Long ball downfield towards Boyd. Can we just nick a third on the counter and wrap this game up? Doesn't look like it. Owens goes long. Out to the left to Neil. Down for Fearon. We've lost our shape. Cherry's got in. And it's 2-2. Just like that, the game is getting away from us. And for whatever you say about this lot dwindling away after that 6-0 last time, I tell you something. They've got heart. I've gone positive for 4 minutes of stoppage time, but it's going to be frustration. A 2-2 draw against Bangor FC. We'll see how that compares to our recent results soon, but that is really disappointing. So of course, as a result of that, we go 1 point clear at the top, but Portadown with a game in hand, that's not really ideal. Boyd does send us top with the 2 goals though. Now we've lost a player though, so it's not been a good day. Michael Keys we bought in the summer, he couldn't really break through at right back. Didn't have a great season, he's off to Dundalk. And if I go and show you the schedule for since you were last with me, it's been an interesting run of games actually. And the reason I didn't want to show you is because we'd had a draw the week before last, and I didn't know if it was going to impact us in this one. As it turns out, it very much did. We keep the unbeaten run going though. You were with me for the 6-1 against Bangor. Of course then the 2-2 we've just had. In between that, a lot of very narrow, efficient victories. Unlike 1-0 to the Distillery last year, more of a 2-1 to the Distillery this time around. That against Institute with Boyd and Crow's early goals. Same against Queen's Uni, Leon Boyd with 2. Same against Dungannon, Leon Boyd with 2. 1-0 at Welders in the Irish Cup, which has set up this tie with Coleraine, we'll see in a minute. A 3-1 win against Ballyclare, Leon Boyd hat-trick. 1-1 away at Ards. That was a disappointing one. Orkin's red card after Convy had equalised. To be fair, we looked like losing before they went down to 10. A 3-1 win at bottom side Lothal, 2 for Convy and 1 for McLean. And then of course we saw today, Leon Boyd is the star man at the moment. We've lost one player on deadline day, nothing massive that will affect the squad. But let's go to Irish Cup time. We're back to face Coleraine in Northern Ireland's Premier Cup competition. I know there's so many you lose track at times, but the most important game of the day is probably the one we're looking at now. For now though, let's go and get through to our tactical meeting. We have done generally okay and been competitive against top tier sides this year, but Coleraine are up in 4th. They are flying. They're former champions in recent years and they play a very narrow formation, as you can see above my head here. So it's going to be interesting to see how this sort of works out. 4,000 through the gate. I hope the receipts are shared like they are in the English FA Cup. In terms of the squad, no real changes apart from Kofi Orkin. He'll come back in for McDowell. He will go onto the bench for Jenkins. Jenkins and Chambers had a strop after deadline day because despite me offering them out for loan, which they wanted because they weren't getting enough first team football, they've complained and added in a transfer request because no one wanted them and they didn't believe me. So the rest of the 11 will be exactly the same. Orkin is back in, a superstar at the back. So let's go and see how we compete against Coleraine and can we cause a shock in the Northern Irish Cup. You've seen some of the other teams left in it. There could well be a surprise this year. And to be fair, they've made 4 changes for this game. Hegarty coming in, quite an experienced player. Mitchell the same. Jarvis is a pretty decent player too. I'm looking at the bench. They've got a fairly strong squad, in fairness to them. Both of us have got a Mark Edgar on the bench. There's a fun fact for the day. They've also got Jamie McDonnell, McConville and Connor McDermott, who we had in our Cliftonville save back in FM20. So let's go and see how we get on in this one. We're going to ask the lads to impress us. They have done all right recently. I know it was a disappointing draw last time, the fact we couldn't hold on. But even with 2 draws in 3, we're still unbeaten in the best part of 2 months. Well, we've got a corner in just the second minute here. Johnston takes it, and unfortunately, the delivery is poor, straight to Dean, the goalkeeper. We've really got to take advantage of those situations. We're not going to have many. The long kick downfield, though, straight to McGill. Not sure why he was running backwards there, but he does clear eventually. Johnston loses out in the air, but it falls for Beck. He looks long for Leon Boyd. Beats his man. He's in 1-on-1. That's a penalty, and he's in on goal. You have got to send him off. You have got to. He did not go for the ball. The referee saying that's a clear attempt. He just tripped him. He knew what was happening. Convy up. Will he score? No, he won't. Even worse. Where's the triple jeopardy? It's not even double. Penalty kick missed. Red card not given, despite, in my view, not a good attempt for the ball. Might be a bad animation, but what a frustrating start as the ball in again, straight to Dean, who looks like he's going to be the hero. And I feel like, I said it after the corner, we cannot afford to miss chances like that. That 10 minutes, we're not going to be able to relive. Unfortunately, not scoring is going to harm us. There is no way we win after that incident. As Kane gets down the right, look at them go now, building in confidence into Gorn. Now it's a penalty at the other end. Soft challenge. Appeared to be a rather harsh decision, says the commentary. It looks like we're getting screwed in this one. The FM gods have decided that we are not going to win as Connor Mitchell goes the right way, lets it squirm under his body. He's a namesake. Is there a storyline in there? I hope not. 10 minutes gone. They've scored their penalty. We've missed ours. Now we've got a hamstring injury to Johnston on the left. Not only does that mean a change in personnel, it's going to mean a change in style as well, because I either need to bring Rui on as a playmaker and push Convy out to the left, or I need to bring on an inverted winger. I don't know which yet. What a frustrating 20 minutes. In another world, this would be 1 goal up, and 1 man up. And now we're going to be 2-0 down. No, we're not. Brilliant save, Connor Mitchell. Let's make the change. We can't carry a player. I'm going to put Convey out to the left. I'm going to put Oren Crow number 10, because then I don't have to change shape just yet. 20 minutes gone. It's a Coleraine corner, and it's a very frustrating day at the office. Here it is, an outswinging delivery. The sub has now been made. Gorn to take it. We're not going to see it. A quarter of the game gone. I'm really happy with how we've played. We've just not taken chances, as McGill on the right goes long towards Crow. He's got support from Leon Boyd, but he's going himself. What a return to the club that would be. That is one of the worst one-on-one finishes I have ever seen. Didn't even threaten the 6-yard line, let alone the goal. It stays 1-0. Half an hour gone. Really good display though, and it's a corner with Levingston. McLean up hits the woodwork. Oh, everything is going against us. How on earth are we losing this game? As Dean hoofs it long downfield, Beck wins the challenge. We've played so well. One of the best performances we have put in a long, long time. As Latifa gets down the right-hand side. He cuts it into Levingston. Through ball to Latifa again. Chance to go one-on-one. Cross is blocked. Leon Boyd was hovering. He was making that run. But Dean has got it in his hands again. Good distribution from him. Orkin does well with it. Finds McGill at right back. Big ball over the left towards Boyd. Convey's not really attacking it. And Kane brings it down at right back to his goalkeeper. He's got time on the ball. Plays out to Johnson. He goes long downfield. Big one to Mitchell, which Orkin heads away. Boyd brings it down brilliantly. It's a lovely switch of play. Latifa can take on his man. Got space to run into. No one's closing him. Good delivery. Hegarty misses it. And Boyd puts it in. He couldn't gamble on the challenge because he was already on a yellow. Shouldn't be on the pitch anyway. But now he's at fault for the goal. Leon Boyd started it back on halfway. Lovely chest control and switch. It's 1-1 at half time. We've been good value for that. We've looked a threat on the counter. We've soaked up pressure. And the only time they've scored and looked threatening is from a penalty they didn't deserve. So let's go and get into the second half, see if we can keep it up. We'll think about changes in a little while too. And unfortunately, as we head to the final 20 minutes, the news is not so good from Portadown. They are 4 up against 10-man odds, and we're not going to be top of the league. I do worry that we're going to be in the playoffs again this year, and we're going to have to deliver when that occurs. Let's go and make some changes now. There's just quarter of an hour left. Orkin is knackered. I'm going to bring McDowell on for him for now. I'm also going to take off Convey, who's never recovered from that penalty. Grego Cox on for him. And then we'll do the usual. We'll make him an inverted winger. And we'll do the swap with Latifa. Just try and confuse them a bit. And then in midfield, maybe straight swaps. We're going to bring Chambers back in for Beck. I'm going to go McGill off at right back. Foster on for him. And 15 minutes to hold on. Well, 3 minutes of stoppage time to go. We have been by far the better side according to the stats. The missed penalty means we're going to extra time. There is one more change we can make though. So, McLean's the most tired. Edgar on for him. Not anywhere near the same quality, but definitely gives us the legs. And that's where we need the advantage. There have been virtually no attempts on goal in extra time. There have been no highlights in extra time. And we have got a lot of rubbish penalty takers. So let's go and get into the shootout. Convey, who missed in the game, is not on anymore. So who will be the hero? Connor Mitchell or one of our attacking boys? I know it's a risk because his penalty taking rating is 2, but I have put Leon Boyd as 5th taker if we get there. First though, the one's rated 7 and Grego Cox has scored his penalty with aplomb. Mitchell scored one in the match. Connor Mitchell let it squirm under him. Can he make up for it this time? No, he can't. Another penalty into the same corner. Very good one. It's 1-1. Both penalties have been brilliantly dispatched. Levingston steps up now. Looks cool, calm, collected. Can't see from that angle because the penalties banner showing who scored and missed was actually covering the goal. But the crucial thing is the flash commentary came and Levingston put his pen away. Gorn is up second. Oh, it's straight at Mitchell. What a penalty that is. Tried the old Panenka. And Mitchell just stood there and said, thank you very much. Now we've got the experienced right back, Sienna Foster, upright footed. Keeper goes the wrong way. Oh, it's within touching distance. And you know what? We've deserved it. Please let it get over the line. Jarvis v Mitchell. He can put us a long way towards securing our next round place here. But he goes the wrong way. Jarvis slots it home coolly. There's still one behind though. Mark Edgar. Time for our left back to step up. Left footed. What will he do? Hits it straight at the keeper. It was a terrible penalty. We're down to those rated 3 or 4 now. We just basically picked the ones that look calmest and most confident. as McDowell up, sends the keeper the wrong way. It's sudden death. 4 each taken, it's 3-all. And as I mentioned, this is the man, Leon Boyd. Awful penalty taking rating, but a confident goal scorer, and that's all that counted. Made it look easy indeed. So if Connor Mitchell saves this, or their Mark Edgar fails to score, we will be through to the quarter-final and have beaten top-tier opposition. Come on, do what the other Mark Edgar did. Let Mitchell pick it up. Right-footed. Sends the keeper the wrong way. We go on. 4-4 after 5 penalties. Latifa, who set up the Leon Boyd goal. He's got a 3 rating as well. Steps up right-footed. Keeper should have saved it. Goes in the corner. Maybe that extra little bit of power did enough, but it wasn't a brilliantly aimed penalty. Who have they got next? Chris Hegarty. He has had the worst game you can imagine. Should have been sent off arguably for the penalty. Was definitely at fault for the goal. He's on a yellow card. Now missed the penalty. Just round off your day, son. He sends it into the top corner. Really good penalty that. Now Oren Crow steps up. The other man who returned in January. Again an awful penalty taker. I don't even need to say that anymore, do I? Looked like it went down the middle, but the keeper dived to his left. And that one's in. 6-5 Distillery. Who's going to be up next here? Connor McDermott. Hero for us at the start of our Cliftonville save. All the way back in FM20 when our love affair with Northern Irish football started. What's going to happen now? Come on, Connor Mitchell. Send us through. He can't. It's another good pen. 6-all with 7 taken each. And now we're down to the real dross. McDowell, the centre-half. Doesn't look confident. Puts in one hell of a penalty though. Sends the keeper the wrong way. That was postage stamp stuff. Brilliant spot kick. And we take the lead again. Going first is an advantage. Unless you don't save any of them. Brady must score. Does he score? Yes, he does. Connor Mitchell goes the wrong way. We're now at 7 apiece. And we're on to the other centre-half, KLM Reid. He gave away the penalty that Coleraine scored. What does he do? Dinks it in the top corner. Keeper dives to his right. Reid goes to his left. Excellent stuff. 8-7. Connor Mitchell back in goal. How long is this shootout going to be? Answers down in the comments, please. McConville steps up. Some of his teammates can't bear to watch. And if you answered only 1 penalty longer, you were absolutely right. You probably didn't have time to even type the comment before it happened. Finally, Connor Mitchell saves another one, and we are deservedly through on penalties in the Irish Cup. And now we'll find out who we get in the next round. Hopefully the draw is in the very near future, and then we'll see if it's a big enough tie to come back for. Well, this is a really important draw because it's the Irish Cup quarter-final, and if I show you the teams that are in there, you've got a real mix. You've got Loughborough, who are bottom of our division, Annie United struggling, Knockbrader in the 3rd tier, Ballina Millard in the 2nd tier with us, and then some real big gems, Linfield, Larne, Glentoran. So let's start the draw. There's only 8 teams, so we're not going to worry too much. We're going to advance. Larne are first out. Who are next against them? It is Loughborough, one of the smaller sides gone. Let's get the next one underway. Linfield, our parent club. It's going to be Ballina Millard. Okay. So Bar Glentoran, it's all lower league sides left. So please give us out at home next and against Anna or Knockbrader. That's all I'm asking. It's Anna United. I'd even take them away. It's going to be, I think, Distillery. It's not. It's Knockbrader. I got fooled by the pause. And that means that Distillery will play Glentoran. We are at home. It should bring a big crowd in. But that is really disappointing because we had a great chance at the semis. We will show, once this screen updates and fixes itself, the new game on the 7th of March, which is Glentoran at home in the Cup. We'll then play Dundalor off camera and Portadown at home in the league. That is going to be a title decider if we both stay in form. They're now 2 points clear. They've upped their goal difference, but we've got Leon Boyd, so you never know. But let me know what you thought of those 2 results. We were 5 minutes from perfection, really. If we'd held on against Bangor, that would have been a really great episode. But as it is, it's still a very good one. If you did enjoy it, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe for daily FM23 content from 2 long-term stories. I'll put the head coach playlist above my head now. And I'll see you back here next time to find out if we can do it.